Hi everyone, meteorologist Chad Evans here with your daily weather forecast video. Sponsored by Trent Johnson State Farm. TrentIsMyAgent.com. You've heard the rumors, possible northern lights visible in our area within the next 1 to 2 nights. There is truth to that. We had a massive coronal mass ejection, actually multiple coronal mass ejections, and all these charged particles are moving towards Earth. Now, it's unclear the timing of the greatest amount of these charged particles interacting with our atmosphere, but the trend is for the potential of saying perhaps the northern lights tonight, better chance tomorrow night. And this is one of those big coronal mass ejections from the sun that we've seen over the past few days. A big surge, you can see kind of outlined here, big surge coming out of the sun here recently. And this is a really intense one that we had recently as well. Again, it's been over the past couple of days that we've seen these ongoing. And with this big surge, especially this big peak here, that's the one that could really give us our best shot at the Aurora Borealis and the Northern Lights. Again, I'd look somewhat tonight, but especially tomorrow night. That's our best shot we've got. Hopefully the timing is just right, that they don't occur during the day, they occur after dark, and we're able to see them. And even though we've got a little bit of cloudiness, it's not going to be enough to really spoil the show if we're going to get the lights right at that time. So we'll keep you posted. Down the road forecast this week, it's wind, it's more sun, but the temperature's on the rise. It will feel like spring or much earlier in the fall. Come Saturday, high up around 70. Some areas will get into the low 70s, believe it or not. And then later in the weekend, some showers and thunderstorms. Next week, it gets briefly colder, a few rain and snow showers around. And then we warm up a little bit again with some showers, perhaps a couple thunderstorms. Pre-Thanksgiving to Thanksgiving, got to watch for some snow showers and colder weather coming in. And then beyond that, after a warm up, as we end November and move into early December with perhaps 50, 60 degrees and some rain, much colder weather. So after some cold weather before and around Thanksgiving, much colder weather coming in early December. I would say around like December, once we get towards the 5th, 6th, 7th, and then towards the 10th, and even into mid-December, some really cold weather and the risk of getting accumulating snowfall and even some ice. But look at the lows this morning, varying from 14 at Morocco to 18 at Round Grove. We dropped to 21 at the Purdue Airport, and statewide, this was overall the coldest morning we've had of the season. Lows anywhere from 14 to about 25 degrees statewide. And look at the near, if not record lows this morning, especially over the southeast, when you can drop it to 37 near Lake Okeechobee in the early half of November. That is a rare feat to do, and to get a freeze to the Gulf Coast beaches in November is quite a feat. So a lot of records broken down in the southeast this morning. This sort of thing will happen during the winter. This is one of the big points of my winter forecast. We are in an easterly QBO. Now, what does that mean? Well, all along the equator, winds move very fast in a westerly fashion in the stratosphere up near the ozone layer. However, occasionally those winds will weaken, and when those winds weaken, they will actually reverse direction. And when they do weaken and go back to the east, we open the door for some shots of polar vortex type events or sudden stratospheric warmings that open the door to those polar vortex events. And I think we've got a good shot at getting some of those polar vortex events, the highest potential we've seen since about 2020 and then into 2021. That higher risk has returned this year because the QBO is in an easterly phase. Also, you've got a big typhoon out here that's about to hit China. That's going to move way, way north and put a lot of heat up into the upper troposphere and the stratosphere. And what that will do, the Arctic's warm in the stratosphere, it dislodges cold air south. So all this said, in combination with what we had with the big Hurricane Melissa, which tugs on the northern latitudes, the pole cold south. All that said, colder weather, below normal towards Thanksgiving and before, and big time below normal into December. with snow. We've got snow. Early season snows are ahead. After a couple flakes initially today, a lot of clouds, a warm front is coming through. But behind that little cold front comes through tonight. But it's not going to really cool us off. It's more of a Pacific front rather than a big cold Canadian front. Temperature 41 at the Purdue Airport. Everybody else is kind of running mid-30s to right around 40. You see some of the cloudiness around and certainly the snow melt underway. So here's tonight. Some cloudiness comes through a little bit, but then we clear up. And tomorrow we're going to have a lot of sunshine around. You'll notice, this is important, this is tomorrow night right here. There are some patches of high and mid-level clouds that come through, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really spoil any sort of northern lights show. And then some patchy cloudiness on Thursday with the sunshine. Then we've got showers and a few thunderstorms that come in late Sunday, some showers Monday, a few into Tuesday with even a few bits of snow mixed in as really kind of two waves of some rainfall pass. We've got one here with a few showers, and then here's the main system that comes through with showers and a few thunderstorms after that. Here's the colder air that comes in briefly early to mid next week. You'll see the warmth initially. This is where we're near record warm on Saturday, and then this is the colder air in blue coming in early next week. Remember, the record on Saturday, 73, forecasting 70 right now. To start December, like I said, remember, surge of warmth comes in, but look what's brewing up here. This will move our way. And this is towards, like, you know, once you get past the 5th of December, perhaps a couple surges of Arctic air coming in and temperatures way below normal. And with the Arctic front coming through, we may see a little wave of low pressure develop, and that could bring some accumulating snow, not only once, but maybe twice in the first half of December. So winter, well, part of it's already arrived, and there'll be much more coming. 35 tonight, still kind of windy early, then winds diminishing a little bit, but 29 to 37 will do for lows with wind chills 17 to 28. Tomorrow, a good deal of sunshine around, 52 for the high, but a lot of wind tomorrow. Windy day with mid-40s far north to upper 50s in the far south, but low 50s Frankfort and Fowler, 50 Monticello, but 57 down towards Covington. Thursday, sunshine, some patchy clouds, 27 in the morning, 55 for a high, a little bit breezy. 54 Flora, 58 Cayuga, but we're 49 at Rochester, and we're 49 up to the north at Wheatfield and DeMont. Your extended forecast, 64 on Friday, 70 Saturday, 64 on Sunday, some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms, some showers here and there Monday, a few rain and snow showers on Tuesday, only 40. You see the colder weather into next Wednesday, and then we warm up to 50s and 60s, and then beyond that, colder towards Thanksgiving, some snow showers too.